Welcome to week 5. I believe it's week 5. This is the first 3 video clips are going to be from my game, our crew, just to show you that Bill does not play favorites, that even our crew will be called into question if we mess up. In this first play, you'll see that it looks like an uncatchable pass, and the field judge has DPI. And I'll run it through, and it's hard to tell from this angle. It's going to happen at the top of the screen. It's hard to see, but the field judge said there was an arm bar by the defender, which prevented the, and you really can't see it. He looks like he's getting beat. You can see there's the ball right there. So it's definitely going to be overthrown. It's hard to tell where it's overthrown. And that's it. I mean, you really, it's hard to see where in this end zone view, the camera doesn't move. So the point I want to make is that yes, it's an uncatchable pass. Bill believes it is, but there was also an arm bar that prevented the defender or prevented the receiver from getting to the ball. What would have been a better call would have been holding, but the field judge had no idea where the ball landed. So that's when the back judge or another official has to come and help him out and say, hey, that ball landed about 10 yards beyond them. It would have saved us a lot of trouble, and the coach would have had nothing to complain about because he couldn't see the hold. It was on the opposite side of the field. So, but he could see the ball being overthrown. So good point to make is that when that happens, we got to communicate, we got to talk to each other. A hold would have been a much better call on this play. This next play, we miss a chop block, which is going to take place between the center and the left guard. One of the things that happens with this team in white is that they're constantly blocking low, and that we got to always make sure that there's not somebody else. That you'll see on this play that the guard blocks low. He actually looks like he may have started his block up high and slid down, and then the center kind of pushes him. So it isn't what you would call a classic chop block, but it's definitely a high-low block, and we probably should have called that. Bill believes we should have called that. This play is another chop block that happens on the same drive, and this one is a little trickier to get, and this is where we have to stay with our keys to make sure that there's no low blocking. Now, I've just done a quick pointing here. The block is going to occur by this tight end who is standing up, and the up back who leads through. They're going to do it on this linebacker right here. So who can get this? I mean, it's not the umpire. He's got the 3 guys in the middle. It's not the referee who's got this tackle right here. It's got to be the field judge, who is, or I believe that is the side judge. No, that's the field judge. The field judge has got this. This is his key. This is the number 1 receiver, because you can see there are 4 backs here, and I don't see a wide. I don't know if there's a wide out here, but I don't think so. If there is a wide out here, then this is the headlines or the line judge's man. So either the line judge or the field judge has to take this guy, and you'll see what happens. Okay, there's the linebacker, and here comes the back going through, and so while 24 is blocking high, the linebacker comes in and cuts him low. So let's take another look at it here. You should get a better view of it here. You can see there's the back going through the hole, and he's going to block low. Again, it's not as Billy says, it's not egregious because this guy here is kind of leaning on him, but it certainly looks to the coach and to anybody looking at it like a chop block. This next play is a punt play where you're going to see a pretty hard hit, and there's a flag on the play. I would say the flag was for unnecessary roughness, which, pretty hard to sell when it's a live ball foul. It's not a high hit. It's not targeting. But let you guys take a look at it. The block's going to come from this gentleman right here. You can see ball's still bouncing, and it's a hard hit. And it looks, I don't know what it looked like, whether it looked like it was a block in the back. I'm not sure what it was called, but it was definitely from the side. It was high, but it wasn't above the shoulders. It wasn't targeting. So Bill can't support that call, and I'm not sure what the call was, but it didn't appear to be a foul there. This next play is there's going to be a holding call on the left tackle, which is the referee's key. There appears to be, you can see some jersey pull away as the number 50 tries to go for the ball, and I'm sure that's why the referee threw the flag. But Bill does not believe this, well, definitely not a takedown, but he doesn't believe there was a restriction either. The tackle definitely had an angle, got the inside angle on him, but the play went outside. So I'll run it in full speed and then I'll slow it down. You can see there might have been a slight restriction there, but Bill believes there's not enough there, not enough restriction to warrant a holding call. You can see there's a little bit of jersey, and I'm sure that that's what the referee saw, was this jersey being pulled. But again, it was not a big restriction. And some may argue that it was enough to keep that guy from making the tackle. This is a play where there's contact against a receiver to whom the ball is not thrown. And I'm not sure if there's a flag. I don't see a flag on this play, but maybe I think the coach maybe wanted a DPI on this guy coming out of the backfield. You can see there's definitely contact, but the ball is not thrown to him, and I don't see any flags. So Bill believes this would be a marginal DPI call. Technically, it could be a DPI call, but there is no way the ball is going to this guy. But there was definitely contact before after the ball was in the air. This is a call where there's been a little controversy whether or not there was a targeting against the quarterback. This is a touchy call because it's not roughing the passer, but still the passer, even if it's not roughing the passer, you cannot target the passer because he's in the process of throwing, or he's just thrown the ball, so he's a defenseless player. So I'll run it through. You can see the quarterback's head snap back. And I'm a referee, and being a referee, when in doubt, I'm going to throw a flag on that and let Rogers Redding overrule me, or Bill Ward. But you see, it looks like he hits him. You can see his head go to the side here, but it looks like there's helmet contact with his face mask. If not, it looks like his arm is delivering a blow to the head, and his head snaps right back. So Bill believes this is a targeting call. I agree with Bill on this. He gave me the choice of whether I wanted to agree with it or not. So if I were the referee in this case, I would have thrown a flag on the ruling on the side of safety. The other question on this play is whether it's a forward pass or a fumble, and if that makes a difference whether you can target the passer. But the rule says, and it looks like it's a fumble. It looks like the guy got his arm before he could make an attempt to pass the ball. So Bill believes this is a fumble, and I would have to agree with that as well. And I don't see anybody killing it, so it looks like that was the ruling on the field. But even so, that is still a targeting if a quarterback is in the act of passing or has just passed the ball. There's a few things I want to comment on in this play. This is late in the game. Happens to be an interception and run back for almost for a touchdown. And I believe there was a pass interference thrown on this play by the line judge. So I just want to review the keys. Who's got who here? There's trips to the left. So the line judge has number 2. The field judge has number 1. The back judge has number 3. Side judge has number 1 on the top of the screen. And the head linesman has the tackle and the back in the backfield. So let's see what happens here. There's a flag for DPI. This is the back judge's zone, his man. The side judge has this action here, and he correctly puts his hat down because this man has stepped out of bounds, but he's being forced out of bounds. And you'll see, and now, what should the head linesman be doing right now? This is where reverse mechanics kick in, and he should be backpedaling or running his butt off to get to the goal line, get in front of this guy, and he lets him run by him. And you can see the referee is kind of looking for help. Who's got this spot, he's thinking. And the referee says, geez, I better get over there and get the spot. Not good. That's not good. And you'll see it from here. You can see that the contact is after the ball has gone by the receiver. Clean. And there's the head linesman. So, a lot of things wrong on that play. The head linesman should be reading the tackle on that play, and he has the back in the backfield. Once the ball's in the air, he can direct his attention to where the pass is going, but that shouldn't be his call, and both deep guys passed on it. So Billy believes that was not a correct call, and it really could have had a big impact on the game. Could have been a turning point of the game. This clip here really emphasizes why the field judge, side judge should stop at the goal line, and they have goal line responsibility. The back judge on plays that are outside, I believe, the 20 or outside the 25. I'm not sure of the mechanic. But this is well outside of that. That the back judge has in line and the side judge, field judge should be positioned on the goal line. You'll see what happens here. It's a deep pass, and it's hard to tell what happens here. But the ball comes loose right at the goal line, and you can see where I think that's the field. I think that's the side judge. And so now he's got to come forward and rule on this play. Bill believes it is a touchdown, but you'll see from this angle how close it is and when the ball comes out. And does he have possession of the ball? It looks like it's coming out right there. I would say he has possession of the ball there. And Bill believes it's a touchdown. It looks like it could be a touchdown. I don't know. I can't tell from here. You need one of those goal line cameras to determine when this ball came out. But the important part is that the excuse me, field judge, side judge should be on the goal line right where he is now as the ball crosses. Then there's no controversy in this play. On this play, there was ruled a block below the waist by this tackle. I believe it's number 65. I don't see anyone throw a flag on the play. But if you watch this guy's block, it's pretty much what we talked about. The defender sees him coming. I don't see a flag on the play. Maybe the head linesman threw it. Possibly. But this is just what we talked about a week or 2 weeks ago, that the defender sees him coming, puts his hands down, and doesn't even go down. So I would Bill agrees this is not a block below the waist. This is one of those things we should pass on. Evidently it was thrown, but I don't see anybody throwing it. On this play, the coach was looking for offensive pass interference, and I don't know if there was a flag on the play. Bill said there was a flag on the play, but I don't see it. But there is definitely offensive pass interference. If you watch this guy at the top of the screen, he's going to block from the onset and doesn't stop blocking, and I believe the pass crosses the line of scrimmage. You can see the line of scrimmage is at, I would say, the 34-yard line. So, and the coach was asking for a pick play on this guy, and you could even get away. I think you could get away with calling that because he does make contact with. You can see he looks like he initiated contact with that guy. But watch the guy at the top of the screen. And he catches the ball at the 30. It was close, and you can see that the line of scrimmage is the 34. So I think you could get away with not calling pass interference because that ball, you could say the ball hadn't crossed the. And I'm sure that's why these guys were blocking, because the play wasn't supposed to. So if that ball did cross, you would have two guys committing offensive pass interference, but it doesn't look like the ball crossed the line of scrimmage, so I would give him the benefit of the doubt. On this play, the coach disagreed with the call on the field, which was defensive pass interference. So I'll run it through, and there it is right there. Looks like there's contact being made right there. The ball is here. The ball is here, and now you can see he's contacted him, and then he pulls him to the ground. So Bill agrees that was pass interference, early contact, correct call by the back judge. This next play is definitely a hold on the left tackle that wasn't called, and I understand why it wasn't called. The coach sees it as a hold, and why isn't it second and evidently is it first down? No, it doesn't look like first down. It looks like it's like second and 5. So he's saying it should be second and 12 rather than third and I think it looks like a loss of 2 or 3 yards. So this is a philosophical thing that do you throw a hold when the play goes for a loss? And I know my umpire and I, we talk about this all the time, and technically you should, but we usually don't. And that's what happened here. You'll see that the tackle definitely holds. He takes the defender down, but look where the ball ends up. So that's a philosophical point. I think Bill agrees it's a hold, and I would not throw the flag, and I think it was a good no call. I'm not sure what Bill felt on it. I just want to check to see what he said. Can't find it. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. This next play is definitely a hold on the left tackle that wasn't called, and I understand why it wasn't called. The coach sees it as a hold, and why isn't it second and evidently is it first down? No, it doesn't look like first down. It looks like it's like second and 5. So he's saying it should be second and 12. Rather than third and I think it looks like a loss of 2 or 3 yards. So this is a philosophical thing that do you throw a hold when the play goes for a loss? And I know my umpire and I, we talk about this all the time, and technically you should, but we usually don't. And that's what happened here. You'll see that the tackle definitely holds. He takes the defender down, but look where the ball ends up. So that's a philosophical point. I think Bill agrees it's a hold, and I would not throw the flag, and I think it was a good no call. I'm not sure what Bill felt on it. I just want to check to see what he said. Can't find it. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, that's it for this week. Remember to take these in the spirit which they are intended, is to make us improve. Unless we walk away from a game thinking we had a great game until we see film. I know for our crew, we left that game thinking we made no mistakes, and saw that we made a couple, and it's good to see that, and that's the way it's intended. So use it to improve. All of us use it to get better, and have a great game this weekend, gentlemen and ladies.